What's the wildest thing you've seen a parent allow? I was eating lunch at a crowded restaurant when something wet hit the back of my neck. I turned around to see a boy, about 5 years old, giggling and loading another spoonful of ice cream into his plastic spoon catapult. Before I could react, he launched it directly at my face. Cold vanilla ice cream splattered across my eyes and into my hair. Some went into my mouth, mixed with the child's saliva and whatever else was on his unwashed hands. I looked for a parent, expecting rushed apologies. Instead, I saw a woman at the next table, laughing and recording her son on her phone. "That's going viral, buddy," she encouraged. "Try to hit her water glass next." "Excuse me," I said, wiping ice cream from my eyes. "Could you please ask your son to stop?" She barely glanced up from her phone. "He's just having fun. Don't be such a killjoy." The server bringing my entree stopped in her tracks. "Ma'am, I'm so sorry." Before she could turn away, the boy grabbed a handful of spaghetti and hurled it at her, leaving a trail of red sauce across her white uniform. The mother laughed harder. "Oh my God, Bryson, you're on fire today. This is getting so many likes." "Ma'am," the server said firmly, "you need to control your child. We can't have him throwing food at staff or customers." The mother rolled her eyes. "He's expressing himself. It's how children develop coordination." An older couple beside us put down their forks. "Young lady," the gentleman said, "your son is ruining everyone's meal." The boy, emboldened by his mother's approval, grabbed his full glass of chocolate milk and stood on his chair. Before anyone could stop him, he dumped it over the elderly woman's head. Brown liquid cascaded down her silver hair and onto her cream-colored blouse. The restaurant fell silent. The elderly woman sat in shock, milk dripping from her chin. The manager rushed over. "That's enough. I'm going to have to ask you to leave immediately." The mother stood up, but not to apologize. Instead, she pointed her phone at the manager. "This is discrimination against families. He's just being a kid. He assaulted 3 people," the manager replied. "I've already called security." "He's 5, the mother shouted. "It's just a little food." I couldn't stay silent. "It's not about the food, it's about teaching basic respect for others." I gestured to my stained shirt and the elderly woman still wiping milk from her eyes. The mother turned her camera to me. "Are you a parent?" "No." "Then shut up. You don't get to tell me how to raise my child." I pulled out my own phone and started recording. "So you're saying it's okay for your child to assault strangers with food as long as it gets views online?" Her eyes widened. "Stop recording me right now or I'll—" "You'll what?" the elderly man cut in. "I've already called the police. This is assault, and you're encouraging it." The mother's face transformed from smug to panicked. She grabbed her son's arm and tried to pull him toward the exit. The boy screamed and went limp, dropping to the floor in a tantrum. The manager blocked their path. "The police are already on their way. You have damages to pay for." The mother changed tactics. "I'm so sorry. He has behavioral issues. I'll pay for everything. Just please don't call the police." "Too late," said the elderly man, as 2 officers walked through the door. The officers reviewed the security footage, took statements, and photographed the damage. The mother was charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor and 3 counts of assault by proxy, since she had encouraged the behavior. Child Services was contacted. As they escorted her out, she glared at me. "This is your fault," she hissed. "He's just a child having fun." "No," I replied, still picking ice cream from my hair. "This is what happens when parents prioritize social media content over raising decent humans." The elderly woman nodded sadly. "Some people shouldn't turn their children into performers before teaching them to be people first." I watched as the boy was led away by a child services worker, still clutching his mother's phone, his primary connection to her approval.